Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kyle White Field for another season of Anahuac High School Football. This is a game between the Hawks from Hardin Jefferson and your Anahuac Panthers. Tonight event provides a showcase of the talent and skills of students from each school through friendly competition, which is the theme of all their scholastic events. These performances you will see the result of many hours of preparation. The teams, the bands, the drill teams, and the cheers have worked hard for your entertainment and appreciation. Please encourage them by your cheers, your applause, and your good sportsmanship. These students, along with the directors and coaches, represent their schools with pride and honor. The game will be conducted according to rules of the University Interscholastic League. The officials were selected with the consent of both schools, and all should respect their rules. The use of all tobacco products, alcohol beverages, or illegal drugs as well as possession of illegal weapons and public gambling is prohibited on all school property. You're reminded that spectators are not allowed onto the field. So get ready to enjoy the special performances of the talented students from these two fine schools. And on behalf of Anahuac Independent School District, we thank you for your attendance. Remember that we are so proud of these new facilities. Please help keep the stadium area clean. Deposit your trash in the bins as you leave the stadium this evening. The band boosters and the athletic boosters are working the concession stand tonight. All the proceeds that they raise will be shared between the Anahuac Band Boosters and the Anahuac Athletic Boosters Club. So stop by, get yourself something cold to drink, taste and eat, and help two worthy organizations. At this time, we'll have an exchange of a friendship gift.
AnahuacSportsLive is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corp. P83 Texas Gator Fest. Anahuac Forest. Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The Beginning Mexican Grill in Anahuac. Community Christian Fellowship Church. Chambers County Abstract Company. Coastal Field Services LLC. Crawfish Highway. Four Corner Tires and Oil. Ford Propane. Cody Realtor.
At this time, we'll have introduction of the teams, both for the Hardin Jefferson Hawks.
Julia Real Estate.
We have Cameron and the River Show.
Max Services.
Miley Miller.
Wooders Wild Game Processing and
Kelsey Banks.
Amber Villarreal Insurance Agent for State Farm. Title Services Incorporated.
Haley Harder.
Smoky Insurance Agency. Turn to Specialty Company. And Wilcox Drug Store in Anahuac.
Alex Mott. Miley Harden. Emma Myers. Edie Patterson. Kylie Boren. Madeline Smith. Bailey Hargett. Caitlin Westbrook. Jackie Gonzalez. Mackie Dillon. And the mascot, Mariana Lawrence.
To the Tribal Services pregame show here on AnahuacSportsLive, where the 2023 edition of the school year and fall sports kicks off tonight with a matchup between
and now for your Anahuac High School cheerleading squad.
Welcome in, everybody.
We have Sky Hedges.
Here from Kyle Whitefield.
Lexi Wilson.
Howard Township, Brent Hart, Terry Portman,
Riley
prime-time
Lane.
crew back to bringing all the action this year. Brent coming off a really good lead, high-river champion.
Taylor Newman.
Back having the lead at halftime with
Avery Smith.
State champion Franklin Tigers. Coming in this
All-American and co-captain Tina Lee.
to make even further headway with the state champion.
All-American Laurie
Panthers are
Wagner.
looking to take that step up. But it all starts here tonight
Captain
against the Hawks. They got a lot of holes to fill. We'll talk about that here in a little bit.
All-American
Kira
Kira
about their offense and some of their good players.
Cameron Hampton.
Playoffs this year, but they've got to take care of it.
All-American Zoe
against Hardin
Moore.
Jefferson.
Head coach Zach Bass.
All-American Trisha Mouton.
Anahuac went to Hardin Jefferson last year and had the Hawks
Micaiah Richardson.
It's not
And your mascot, Colin Butler. At this time, we'll have playing of the school songs. Hardin Jefferson, it is your honor to go
last
first.
week, but still the team coming in against the team
The Panthers, they got they started off last year with a shaky drop they've got some
on the offensive side of the ball. 5, still work in progress, but they have some they do.
for our number 7 in the corporate the last 4 years. Then you got Quandre Coach, who's also so in the quarterback school. So those guys have played a lot of football games and made a lot of great plays, and we're excited about having them back. We'll be able to, like to think that we'll be able to move the football and score with those guys just like we did last year.
Defensive side of football, also have some returning starters coming back from last year. What type of defense are you looking to run this year?
Well, we're going to still stay with our 4-2-5 alignment. You got Garrett Dye, and you got Brooks Henneke, 2 of the smaller guys on the field, probably the 2 smallest guys on the field. They're playing some of the bigger positions on the field outside linebackers. So we think 5 to 9 guys will be fill those roles with those guys all over the field. They make plays. They're 2 of my captains this season. They play a lot of football games for us, and they lead by example. They're not scared, so we're excited about those two seniors right there. And then our inside linebackers, you got Vallejo and Tyler Kelly. Tyler Kelly's going to be an outstanding linebacker. He's the meanest guy we have. He might be our best all-around football player. But those 2 guys are on the inside, and you got Coach playing some defensive end. We rotate some linemen in, but we feel good about it. I think we're running the football good. We're just going to see how everybody feels in it.
Coach, piece of the victory for tonight.
Well, I'm concerned as a head coach because Hardin Jefferson, they've had 2 scrimmages in the game. We've had 1 scrimmage in those scrimmages. So, that first game, you're always, your timing may be off, and they have some offside penalties, and trying to get used to playing game, used to the game on your first night. So it's our first night, so we got to stay poised when there are penalties and when bad things happen. Keep our composure. We got to protect the football. I mean, a big game like this, protecting the football is key, and hopefully we get some takeaways. We were very good last season as far as takeaways with interceptions and caused fumbles and things like that. So hopefully we can protect the football and maybe get a couple of takeaways from them, and then I'll feel a lot better about tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate the time before the game, and best of luck in tonight's contest.
All right, thank you, sir.
Head Coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers. We'll be back with more of the Title Services pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
It is going to be broadcast on YouTube by Anahuac Sports Live. Just have them go to the YouTube channel and search for Anahuac Sports Live, and they can watch the game right along with you. If you would please rise for the student-led prayer by Brooke Muniz.
Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner which by our words and our actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with a respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence in this game. Amen.
At this time, remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Tonight, the flag is being raised by FFA members Sonia Hancomer, Bentley Absher, and Alyssa Humphrey. Anahuac has won the toss and will receive the ball. The Hawks will defend the south end of the field. First quarter of tonight's game is being sponsored by Chambers County Farm Bureau agent Megan Doucette. That's Chambers County Farm Bureau, your sponsor of your first quarter of play. Set to kick off for Hardin Jefferson, number 6, Laborde. takes the kickoff at his 18-yard line. It advances to the 39. First and 10 for your Panthers. Pass incomplete. Second and 10. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. Gain of 5 on the play. 44-yard line. Third and 5. Passes through to number 1, Moore. Gets to the midfield mark, taken out of bounds. Gain of 6, first and 10. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. Gain of 6 on the play. 7 and 4. 34-yard line. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. Gain of 3. It'll be third and 1. 41-yard line. First and 10, 37. Pass incomplete, second and 10. We have timeout being called on the field by Anahuac. Ladies and gentlemen, the Texas Stand is looking for your pleasure this evening. We've got cold things to drink and tasty things to eat. We'll be supporting our band boosters and our athletic booster programs. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is being broadcast on YouTube on Anahuac Sports Live. Just go to YouTube and search for Anahuac Sports Live. It's the 29-yard line. It'll be third and 2.
They're going to go back to the ground game. They can't push the ball.
He'll be fine on the play. mask against Hardin Jefferson. 15 yards from the end of the play, which was a first down for the Panthers. Puts the ball to the 12-yard line. First and 10.
Ball at the 12. First down and 10. Panthers have converted each third down that was sent their way. Leave a 10th play of the drive. Handoff straight up the middle. Wilson fighting his way forward to the 5.
Number 7, Wilson on the carry.
That's going to be picked up at
Forward
8.
progress to the 5-yard line. It'll be second and 2. Penalty flag on the play. Five-yard penalty for a false start against the Panthers. Puts the ball back at the 10-yard line. Remains second down, 8 to go. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. Gain of 4. 6-yard line. Third and 4. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. It'll be fourth down and 1 from the 4-yard line. Official timeout on the field for injured player. Complete to number 7, Wilson down at the 1-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go. Number 2, Trotter on the quarterback keeper into the end zone for the Panthers. conversion is good on the pass to number 5, Coates. Setting up the kickoff for the Panthers, number 3, Garza.
The ball on the turf, recovered by Anahuac. First down and 10, Panthers. What a way to get it.
The loose ball on the kickoff is going recovered by the Panthers. Anahuac will have the ball on first and 10. 37-yard line. Pass completion number 7, Wilson. 29, Martinez for the Hawks in on the stop. Second down 4, 31-yard line.
Right side has plenty. He's going to get down to the 20. That's going to be a pickup of 11.
Number 24, Bedlow on the carry, gets the first down for the Panthers, 20-yard line, first and 10. Richardson on the carry for the Panthers. Makes his way to the 13-yard line, second down 3.
For the touchdown.
20 flags after the play.
14 yards out.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Panthers. The touchdown is good. Two-point conversion is unsuccessful. The unsportsmanlike penalty pushes the ball back to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line. 4 plays, 37 yards. A minute 5 taken off the clock. Trotter connects with Kennedy, 14 yards out. But the Panthers lead the Hawks 14-0 here in the first quarter. 8-12 taken from the 34. It's going to get across the 40 and it's back by a Panther defender.
Number 14, Thomas takes the kickoff at his 34-yard line. He advances 10 yards to the 34. That's where Hardin Jefferson will set up first and 10. Gaining one on the play, 45-yard line. Second down, 9.
Across midfield, 40, 35, 30, has the angle pushed out of bounds, but not before he's going to pick up some substantial yardage.
Midfield into Anahuac territory, driven out of bounds, 26-yard line.
That's a pretty good size up front. They got a good push there for trying to get through here on the other side. We get a chance to talk about the game. He was in sophomore field. Got most of his time last year on the defensive side.
9-yard gain for Davey on the line, moves the chains very quickly from the Panther 26-yard line. The board. The pistol trips to the nearest, to the far side, rather, from the left hash. Hardin Jefferson moving right to left as you look at the screen. Crosses right, gets it
Number 5, Coach, takes the pass out of the way. Second and 10.
He did not get past the line of scrimmage. Third down to 10. Back to completion.
Pass incomplete. Third and 10.
At the Panther 26. Getting back into the backfield.
Number 9 on the carry. Number 27, Kelly making a stop for the Panthers. Gain of half a yard on the play. 4th and 10. Pass is incomplete. Ball turns over on downs. Panthers will have it first and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Number 7, Wilson on the carry. Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3. Silly flag after the snap. Ball stop call against the Panthers. Remaining 2nd down. 8 yards to go. 28-yard line. Kansas is number 7, Wilson. 34-yard line. 3rd and 2.
Right side, and Galo puts the ball on the turf.
fumble recovery on the run. Your Hawks have it inside their own territory. Balls will be spotted 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Levine straight up the middle and is finding his way forward, is finally going to be brought down. Finishing off the tackle for the Panthers, Oscar Garza and Brooks Henneke. So 2nd down and 2 after the pickup of 8. Trips to the far side. Laborde, handoff, Levine, straight up the middle, is going to pick up the 1st down and more. Pick up a 5, moves the chain, 2nd 1st down of the ball game for the Hawks. Loud and clear. We are back. Folks, apologize about the technical difficulties. We know you've been able to get the video. You're now finally getting to be able to hear our voice, albeit with no crowd noise. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry here from Kyle White Stadium. Laborde is going to hand off Levine. Levine is going to be met just past the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up 2 on forward progress and get to midfield.
And appreciate everybody's patience as we got back up here. As we were talking about Alex earlier, is that it wouldn't be an Anahuac Sports Live broadcast if we didn't have something go wrong, and it is the first game of the year. So I appreciate everybody sticking with us and trying to get everything nailed back in, as we are got 2:31 left here in. Is it the first still, or did I miss the first quarter entirely?
Still the first quarter.
Okay, just making sure.
We can recap the scoring drives again. First scoring drive of the ball game and the year for the Panthers went 14 plays, 61 yards, took 4:03 off the clock, as Logan Trotter was able to sneak it in from a yard out. With the swinging gate formation, they did convert on the 2-point conversion to Quandre Coates, made your score 8-0. After a turnover on downs, the Panthers went 4 plays, 37 yards, took 1:05 off the clock, as Trotter connected with Cunningham from 14 yards out. The 2-point conversion was no good on that occasion. Made your score 14-0 as it stands right now, and a couple of penalties now against the Panthers are going to have the Hawks set up very well. So they're going to enforce both, because you're going to have one on the play and then an unsportsmanlike conduct. The ball is going to go from the 50 to the 20 after 30 yards of penalties, the 4th and 5th of the ball game. 65 yards worth of penalties here in the first quarter.
I was hoping that we would probably get away from talking about penalties so much this year, Alex, but it doesn't look that way. It's still early. I mean, there's still a lot of jitters going on. They're trying to shake out all the rough spots. It's the useless penalties that will get you, and we had one earlier in the end zone. Didn't cost them the touchdown. They got it anyway. 14-0 here at Kyle White Field.
1st and 10 from the Panther 20. Laborde. No, I'm sorry. That is Samaha.
There's that direct snap that I talked about in the pregame that nobody heard.
The end around is going to be met by a host of Panther defenders. on that end around was Judah Wheaton.
And we did talk about Wyatt Semaha in the pregame, number 44 there. He was in the backfield, the direct snap to him. Had 30 receptions last year, 430 yards, 3 touchdowns. We've seen him a couple of times. Not as big of a factor so far in this football game as we thought that he was going to be. But you've also seen the number 10, the running back, the sophomore for the Hawks, carry the majority of the load, Davian Levine.
So a loss of 5 after the end around to Judah Wheaton brings up 2nd down and 15 from the Panther 25. And again, it's Wyatt Semaha at the quarterback position. He's going to keep it himself this time. It's going to go around the right side, trying to find somewhere to go. He's going to pick up 3. And it looked like the tackle from behind was by 44, Garrett Dye.
Garrett Dye, senior this year, coming back, going to be one of the key players. Had 72 tackles, 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries last year for the Panthers.
So Laborde did get up slowly a little bit earlier in the drive. It does appear as it has been Semaha. So 3rd down and 12 after the pickup of 3. Semaha is out of the gun, sends a man in motion, is going to give it to him. He's going to cut it back up and trying to find somewhere to go. Breaks tackles, is going to get around the 20,
slippery.
Gets around the curve and into the end zone from 22 yards out. There is a flag down here on the near side.
So Roderick Russell, some speed and some slippery stuff going on there, but there is a hold, what looks like it's going to be coming back.
It was holding, and they threw the flag at the 19. So that's going to be a pickup of 4 and then a loss of 10 on the that was 2, right?
Number 2.
Roderick Russell?
Correct.
So that's going to be a pickup of 4 for Russell.
So he's got to make up 20 yards here.
3rd down and 19.
Or 19.
It looks like Zach Bass wanted an explanation as to where the hold came from.
And they're going to spend their first timeout to kind of talk about this one. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the stuff that we probably missed out on in the pregame, ladies and gentlemen. As we talked about, the Anahuac Panthers had a tough start to the 2023 season, and we want to make sure that everybody knows out there that all of the donations that Anahuac Sports Live receives tonight will go to the 3 families that were affected in the tragic accident that happened a few weeks ago where they lost a couple of our own teammates and classmates here as the community continues to mourn, and our deepest sympathies go out to the West and Williams family, and continued prayers go out to Gage Leith through all of his recovery. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could donate to Anahuac Sports Live tonight, that will go to those 3 families. You can find us at Anahuac Sports Live on Venmo and $ Anahuac Sports Live on Cash App. Every bit of your donations here tonight will go to those 3 families. And to recap a little bit of what to expect from the Panthers this year, we'll probably come around back to that around halftime, I think, Alex. We'll be sure to get the bands and their performances, but we'll kind of go back over some of our pregame stuff then.
We can also talk about what head coach Neese had to say before the game. 3rd down and 19 from the Panther 29. Checking back into the game is Carson Laborde. Out of the pistol, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, only has 2 receivers downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Tristan Robinson.
I'll tell you what, Robinson had a step on Cunningham there, and just the ball was just a little bit overthrown, and will bring up a 4th down and long situation, but I don't think that they're going to punt it here, Alex.
I don't believe so.
Kind of in no man's land.
0 for 4 on the evening for Carson Laborde through the air here, 4th down and 29. I'm sorry, 4th down and 19. 0 for 2 on third downs for the Hawks. 2 receivers to the near side. Out of the gun is Laborde. Laborde rolls left, under pressure, is going to loft it up, has a man, and is going to be incomplete as he overthrew his intended receiver, Judah Wheaton. And for the second time here in the first quarter, the Hawks turn it over on downs.
Good pressure up front there by the Panthers. Saw number 39 jersey. I could have been wrong. Maybe it was 29. However, the defensive front able to get into the backfield, apply pressure to the quarterback, and he couldn't just get his feet set right, and he had to sail it into the back of the end zone, and it'll be turnover on downs, Panthers football.
So from their own 29, with 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, it's going to be the fourth drive for the Panther offense here in the first quarter. Of course, new quarterback under center this year for the Panthers, the junior Logan Trotter, who just happened to be the Hardin Jefferson starting quarterback as of last year. Trotter rolling left, looking downfield, has Coates wide open. 45 is going to have the ball knocked away again. And on back-to-back plays for the Panthers, it's going to be turnovers.
Well, and that was something that kind of plagued Quandre last year. He had trouble holding on to the football, and we've seen it here tonight. And, you know, that's something that Greg Neese preaches and preaches about, and being able to take care of the football. And you can't be able to turn over like that and expect to come out in a good position, which they don't, as the Hawks will take back over at their own 48-yard line, 43-yard line, excuse me.
So fumbled it at the 50, was a reception of 21 yards. Had the first down, but fumbled it away. Third offensive possession now here for Hardin Jefferson. From the 44, under pressure's Laborde. Laborde trying to find somewhere to go, and it's going to be taken down.
And he was upended down here, and that didn't feel good as he fell on the football. However, that is the end of the first quarter, and we'll take another break here and come back with the second quarter as the Panthers lead it 14-0 over Hardin Jefferson. That was different. I was watching the scoreboard there, and I was like, he got me confused on where we were going. But we'll be back here with the second quarter right after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, and Terry Fortenberry, your primetime crew, sitting atop the catbird seat here from Kyle White Field. Want to thank Four Corners Tires for sponsoring the first quarter of play on tonight's broadcast. Had mentioned them earlier, but wasn't sure if they had heard before or following our technical difficulties. On the last play, Laborde lost 6 on the sack. Brooks Henneke finished him off. Oscar Garza was in on it too. Brings up second down and 16. I believe it was an injury timeout.
And that it was. And as we get into the second quarter here, I want to mention ABC Nitrogen Service Corp, sponsor of the second quarter, 281-385-2645. You can see them at abcnitrogen.com as we get set for second down. And I get my scoreboard right.
Laborde out of the pistol, trips to the near side. Hawks moving left to right now. Is going to be taken down after a pickup of 2. And on the tackle once more was Brooks Inicky. Seven carries, 47 yards for Levine. Brings up third down and 13. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our opening broadcast here of the season. Your crew will be with you all season long. Third down and 13 from the 40. Options to Levine. Levine is going to pick up 2, and that'll be fourth down. 0 for 3 on third downs for the Hogs. We'll see if they go for it or if they bring the punting unit on for the first time. And it does look like they will be punting the ball away. Henneke in on the tackle once more, and we've said his name quite a bit tonight.
I'm going to assume you have while I was fixing all the audio. But Alex will have all of the stats and everything for you during halftime, so please stick around for the halftime show.
Looks like Laborde will be handling the punting duties. 4th and 11. Gets off a pretty good punt. Back there's Cunningham. Cunningham tries to catch it on the run. Ball is on the turf, and he is able to jump on it. But not great field position for the Panthers as they're going to take over at their own 9-yard line.
No, that was great spiraling low punt that took a hawk bounce, and Cunningham just unable to haul it in and make something out of it. And the Panthers are going to start with probably the worst field position they've had tonight.
Boy, that's not going to help either, so that's going to be half the distance. Sixth penalty of the ball game for the Panthers. Half the distance is going to be 5 yards, so 6 penalties, 70 yards. Trent, I don't know if I have enough squares for penalties tonight.
Uh-oh. That's never a good thing.
So first down and 10 from the Panther 5, backed up deep in their own territory. Out of the gun, he's got 2 backs to each side. He sends Dalo out. Looking downfield, looking to the right for
dangerous.
For KJ Moore. The ball will fall incomplete.
And a dangerous
Second
pass. Double covered there deep and just kind of floated it up. And he was lucky that the Hawks secondary didn't come up with that one.
Second down and 10.
There we go. Got the scores updated on the bottom of the screen. Woodville trailing Newton, which is a surprise to me. I was picking Woodville to win tonight, and that's that's on me to not go against Newton. A long way to go in that football game, but Woodville played Franklin very well last week.
Handoff is going to go straight up the middle, and they're going to mark it as a loss of 1. That was Richardson on the carry. Brings up third down and 11. Four of 6 on third downs this evening for the Panthers. From the 4, Trotter's going to come under center. Rolling right, unloads it for Cunningham. Jump ball is going to fall incomplete. And Trotter was under all sorts of pressure in the end zone. Cunningham couldn't come up with that one, and that will bring up 4th down and 11 for the Panthers, and they certainly will be punting.
And if it was one of the things that was going to be a question mark for this Panther offense coming into this season, it was protection for the quarterback and what they had up front. And so far, getting good push, up into this possession, getting good pushes up front and kind of breaking down here as we get into the second quarter.
Thomas DeLao back for the Panthers. And snap's going to have to be on point here, a little bit shorter than they probably want it. And gets it away, back deep. Josephson Bladen across the 35-30, makes a move, 25-20, spin move down to the 15, is going to come all the way down to the 13, and that is where the Hawks will set up shop here with their best field position of the ball game.
And a great return there. So we didn't quite get all of it in there. I'm getting the replay fine-tuned, but however, the best field position for the Hawks, even though they had it deep in Anahuac territory earlier in the first quarter.
We had some speed on him. Josephson Bladen. Nope, that is the wrong roster.
I was going to say that's the Anahuac roster that you're looking at.
Tavian Thomas was actually the one on the punt return for the Hawks. Thomas showing off the wheels. So it's Laborde back out, 2 wide, 1 to each side. Pistol formation with the running back set up directly behind Laborde. In the round and looking to throw into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete as Robinson was trying to find
Semaha, the tight end, over there in the corner, and then just trying to find the other receiver that came in and kind of busted up that play on accident.
And for the second time tonight, illegal man downfield for the Hawks. So it makes it 1st down and 15. From the Panther 18. Laborde, pitch left and met in the backfield. Boy, Garrett Dye coming around the edge. And Levine had nowhere to go on the loss of 4. I'm sorry, on the loss of 5. Brings up 2nd down and 20. 8:27 and counting here in the first half of play. Trip receivers to the near side from the left hash. Pistol formation. Laborde looks right. Samaha is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward for about a pickup of 4. We'll bring up 3rd down and 16. Multiple flags.
And Nice is not happy.
That is the first completion of the ball game for Laborde, 1 for 5. Now we're waiting for the laundry on the field to see what the calls were. I imagine whatever the call is going to be, it's going to be a dead ball.
Dead ball personal foul against the Panthers. 15-yard penalty.
3rd personal foul against the Panthers this evening. They do half the distance or all 15?
That one definitely hurt. Another useless penalty against the Panthers.
Hardin Jefferson from the 10.
Still only going to be the 4th play of the drive here for the Hawks after the infractions. Only one receiver. Handoff is going to go to Levine around the right side, breaks it back up the middle, trying to fight his way forward. He's going to get down to the 5. Will be a pickup of 5 for Levine. 10 rushes, 49 yards for Davion Levine. Brings up 2nd down and goal. .708 and counting here in the first half. Under center, rolling left, Laborde under pressure is going to throw it up, and it's intercepted. The big man rolling down, 30, 35, is going to be knocked out of bounds.
And that was Quandre Coates who got a hand on it in the backfield and then returned by Brett Willis.
Cole Willis,
excuse me.
the sophomore.
Cole Willis with the interception. So after the slew of penalties and the Panthers being deep in their own territory, we'll get the ball at the 38.
Boy, what a huge defensive stand. 3 turnovers now for the Hawks. 2 turnover on downs and 1 interception later. And the Panthers are set back up at the Hawks' 38-yard line here with 6:52 remaining in the first half. Trotter under center, pitch right. Dalo is going to fall forward.
Just short of it.
I'm going to give him 9. 4 carries, 54 yards for Dalo. Second down and 1 from the 47. Trotter under center. 2 setbacks. And we're going to have false start.
Another flag. Definitely going to have to get that under control.
8 penalties here in the first half for 90 yards.
Ouch. You're definitely going to run out of room on that sheet. Probably going to have to go to the back on it.
I just did.
So second down now and 6.
I got room for 8. That's where I'm at. So second down and 6. From the 42. Trotter under center. 2 lone setbacks. Pitch right. Dalo trying to get around the corner, and it's going to pick up a little bit of the yardage. And we've got flags all over again. My goodness.
Probably a hold if I just had to guess.
This is one of the things head coach Greg Neese talked about in the pregame show was Hardin Jefferson has had a couple scrimmages in a game. Anahuac has been practicing and
2 scrimmages. One scrimmage, right?
Really only 1 scrimmage.
Yeah, the Hampshire Finette one got canceled as well as the Newton game last week. And as I mentioned in the pregame that nobody heard, hope everything is good up there in around Newton County with all of the wildfires. Hopefully got that under control, but that's why the game last week was canceled between Anahuac and Newton. And speaking of Newton, they're up on top of Woodville 22-12.
Pushing the back against the Panthers is going to push them back some more. 9th penalty of the ball game. That one, the 10-yard variety. 100 yards even in penalties for the Panthers. Second down and 15. Rolling left, Trotter.
Another
under
flag.
pressure. Another flag down. Is
Almost
going to be
picked off.
incomplete. Intended receiver was Quandre Coates, and in to break it up was Tavian Thomas. We'll see what the flag was.
We mentioned Thomas earlier and his speed and able to get, he showed it again there, getting in front of, I think it was Cunningham that was the intended, was it? Or what did you say?
Coates.
Coates was the intended. Kind of came out of from behind him and almost came up with the interception. We'll see what the flag is about. It's going to, Anahuac is stepping backwards. Oh.
Defensive holding. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Well, fake me out, fake the Anahuac Panthers out. They were moving towards, their backs, and was surprised as I was.
So, oh, that's right. 5 yards and the professional. I thought defensive holding was an automatic first down.
So 3rd and 5 it is.
So 3rd down and 5 here with 5:42. Trotter hands it off right side. Wilson trying to find somewhere to go is going to be met by a host of Hawks after a pickup of only 1, brings up 4th down and 4.
And judging by where they're at on the field, almost got to punt it away here.
Yeah, the punting unit does appear to be coming onto the field as Delo handles the punting duties for the Panthers. Although you can't rule out a fake punt here with head coach Greg Neese. You still have Trotter down there on special teams. Four seconds on the game, on the play clock. Oh, they reset it. And it is going to be punt. Nice punt by Delo. Is going to fall down to the 19, across the 30.
Ooh, big hit.
Big hit. And, of course, there's another flag.
And too big of a hit.
That was Camden Wilson on the tackle.
And that is definitely not good to hear. We're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back here shortly, right after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc. Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac, or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
After holding penalty on the punt, takes the Hawks back to the 22, and that is where the Hawks will set up shop here for their possession. 4:39 remaining in the first half. Laborde in the pistol with Levine behind him. 3 wide to the near side, including Samaha. Robinson and Russell, handoff. Levine gets away from the Panther defenders in the backfield. Boy, he turned a 3-yard loss into a 7-yard gain.
What a great job there of avoiding those gold jerseys coming after him and making something out of nothing.
There has been pressure in the backfield, but on multiple occasions tonight we have seen where the running backs have been able to break away, as the Panthers did lose quite a bit of size on the defense.
Yeah, they did. They had a lot of holes that they had to fill. We mentioned that earlier, too.
Again, breaks a tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like there's laundry all over the field.
And we're just getting tired of repeating that statement as they come to talk about it.
I have to assume one was holding against the Hawks.
Well, one came from that side of the field. The other one came from the Panthers side. We come to talk to the Panther coaching staff.
Invite everybody to stick around for the halftime show again, as both bands will be featured during halftime. We'll make sure to get them their love. We'll go over stats as I have them.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, all of our donations here tonight to Anahuac Sports Live will go to the 3 families affected by the tragic accidents happened here in Anahuac a few weeks ago. And that's the giveaway. That's not what I wanted. That's the donate. You can see the QR codes on your screen. Venmo at AnahuacSportsLive and CashApp $AnahuacSportsLive, or you can scan the QR code for PayPal. Again, all of these donations will go towards the families that were affected by that accident that happened here in Anahuac not too long ago.
Unsportsmanlike conduct sets them back 15 yards. 3rd down and 17. 0 for 4 on 3rd down is the Hawks in tonight's ball game. Unloads, has a receiver just overthrown as was getting a step. It appears Samuel Jones had just gotten a step on the defender. Ball was overthrown. 1 for 6 on the evening for Laborde.
Oscar Garza on the coverage there for the Panthers on the far side. I got a little cramping going on, but we have another injury timeout. We're going to keep it here for the time being.
I talked about 0 for 5 on 3rd down for the Hawks. They've had 3rd and 10, 19, 13, 16, and 17.
I want to shout out to Mandy Doucette for her generous donation. Thank you so much, Mandy, for donating to help out these families that were affected by the accident here in Anahuac a few weeks ago. Again, ladies and gentlemen, every bit of the donations here tonight will go towards those families. And that is the West Williams, and of course for Gage Leith as he recovers. And back to the action here down on the field.
4th and 17 with 3:51 remaining in the first half. Carson Laborde, the quarterback, also handles the punting duties for the Hawks and the kickoff duties. Not a great punt this time, as Cunningham's going to let it go. It's going to take a Hawk roll. It'll get across midfield. Will come to rest at the 48. So good field position for the Panthers here on this particular possession. Panthers came out, scored a touchdown on their opening drive of the year. The Hawks then fumbled the kickoff. Panthers recovered, took it into the end zone, and it's been 2 turnovers and 2 punts since then. And you know the Panthers would like to put some more points on the board before halftime. 2 receivers to the near side from the far hash. Trotter under center, pitch left. Under pressure is Richardson, and Richardson's going to be dumped in the backfield for a loss of 3. 3 carries for 3 yards for the freshman, who might have to do some extra duty tonight.
And that he's going to, because Wilson's still down here waiting to see if we see any movement from him. He was holding his wrist as he came off onto the sideline. Hopefully it's just a stinger and nothing too major.
2nd down and 13. Trip receivers bunched to the far side. Under center. Sets back. Trotter looking downfield, looking to unload. Has KJ Moore wide open, and he could walk to the end zone. 10-5, touchdown, Panthers.
I mean, he was wide open. Nobody was even there, Alex.
From 55 yards out, KJ Moore takes it to the house.
Let's see if I can't get that one on the replay, on the Turn 2 Specialty Companies replay. Go back live here.
Swing gate formation once more for the Panthers. 119 yards on the evening for Trotter after that completion. 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground for Trotter. Garza puts it through and true. So with 2:45 remaining here in the first half, the Panthers extend their lead 21-0, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Back to Anahuac Sports Live. I want to thank Texas Gator Fest, the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, for sponsoring our scoreboard here tonight. Also want to mention again our second quarter sponsor, ABC Nitrogen Services, 281-385-2645.
So Garza back on to handle the kickoff after the point after. Recap the drive after the kickoff. As Garza gets under
heard
it.
Some whistles.
Did they really call delay a game?
That they did.
Tenth penalty of the ball game for the Panthers.
Just keeps getting better.
I've done this a lot of years. I don't know if I've ever seen a delay of game on the kickoff. And some great games around the area tonight. We'll go through some scores here at the half as well. Garza has it teed up at the 35 now. Gets under it, end over end kick. Garza has looked much better on his kicks from the 20, across the 30, 35, 40, and is going to come to rest at the 40.
And another good return for the Hawks.
We've got one referee at the 41 and one at the 44. Looks like, yeah, they're going to set at the 44. 2 plays, 52 yards, took 58 seconds off the clock as Logan Trotter hooks up with a wide open KJ Moore from 55 yards out as Garza tacked on the point after. Your new score, 21-0 here with 2:39 remaining in the first half.
This first half definitely taking a little bit longer than normal, and that is a direct result of all the penalties and the clock stoppage.
So from their own 42, Levine straight up Broadway across the 45, 50, breaks the tackle, 45 down to the 41. My goodness, some angry running right there.
Yeah, he was bouncing all over Anahuac. There we go. Got it a little fixed there, a little bit better on the instant replay, brought to you by Turn 2 Specialty Companies. As we come back here, and
Pickup of 19 for Levine. He's going to get tripped up. He'll pick up 2 on forward progress. He reached the ball out. 13 carries, 77 yards for Davion Levine. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Clock still running. 2 timeouts left for Hardin Jefferson.
Levine not super quick, but dang, he's a downhill runner, puts his shoulder down and makes a defender pay for it if you come in contact with him.
That he did. 3 receivers in the game right now for the Hawks. Robinson, Jones, and Wheat. Pitch left. Levine has the edge, 40. Is going to get knocked out of bounds at the 35. They're going to say a late. They're going to say a late push out of bounds after the pickup of 5. Let me just go ahead and write that down because I know what it is. 14 carries, 82 yards for Davion Levine. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 either personal or unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against the Panthers.
Just unacceptable as far as, you know, we talk about useless penalties all the time, and that's just over and above what's acceptable.
So deep in Panther territory from the red zone at the 20, 1st down and 10. 3 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side from the far hash. Laborde hands it, trying to break the edge, is going to be knocked out of bounds as that went to Teron Young. His first carry of the ball game. Goes for 3, brings up 2nd down and 7. Minute 20 and counting here in the first half. With the Hawks deep in Panther territory, looks like they're trying to also burn some clock. Laborde, option pitch right side, puts it on the turf. Turnover.
Another huge play.
Recovery by Quandre Coates.
Wow. So just as you start to hang your head a little bit on all these penalties, I mean, despite what the score says, another huge play deep in their own territory to come up with the football.
Boy, and that cannot make head coach Zach Bass very happy. So now with 54 seconds remaining, the Panthers have a chance to do something before they go into half. Trotter under center, rolling left, looking downfield, has a man and hits him in the wrong spot, right in the hands.
Braden Edmonds on the intended target.
Braden Edmonds, they had the right play call as he was heading to the sideline to stop the clock. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. .49 seconds remaining here in the first half.
2 timeouts remaining for both teams. Not seeing Cunningham out there at the moment.
Out of the gun. Trotter sets back, rolling right, under pressure, trying to find somewhere to go. Has a man, is caught. There is a flag on the play. We'll have to see what the penalty is. That is the call. Thank you, Judge Hatfield. So the pickup of 2.
Field will receiver downfield against the Panthers.
Yards and penalties for the Panthers tonight. Second down and 15. From the 19. Clock is rolling. Trotter's under center. They're probably just going to run it to get to halftime. Pitch left side.
Another flag comes flying in.
Comes down. Richardson is going to fight for some yardage as he's going to pick up 10, but we'll see what the flag is. Chop block. So that's a personal foul.
Chop block against the Panthers.
Thankfully, it'll only be half the distance. Put it at the 10. Yep. At the 9. So.
They got to be careful here. They get too close to their end zone, but like you said, they're probably going to keep handing it off just to run the clock out, go into the locker room.
And I think that's all they were trying to do was run the clock out, get to the half. You might just see a knee here. Or the clock's still rolling.
And that is the first half.
That does wrap up the first half of play in the first game of the year for the Panthers. 3 touchdowns in the first half has the offense looking pretty good. Panthers lead Hardin Jefferson 21-0 as we'll be back with the halftime show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Want to know Anahuac's best kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics. Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild... Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing, tank sales, lease, residential and commercial propane sales, and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
Starlet of the week is Carly Daigle. Social representatives are Abby Fasulo, President. Cassidy Nelson, Vice President. Carly Daigle, Secretary. Haley Mills, Historian. Katie Stone, Sergeant and Chaplain. The 2023-24 Starlet officers are Senior Lieutenant Mary Grace Knowles, Senior Lieutenant Tori Roberts, Junior Lieutenant Leah Broussard, First Lieutenant McKenna Callis, and Captain Kate Knuppel. Twirlers for the Big Blue Machine are Layla Leventree, Lauren Wilson, Addison Sweeper, Emma Sanderson, Lieutenant Kendall Maytak, and Captain Trinity Moody. Twirler of the week is Addison Sweeper. Color Guard members are Katarina Erickson and Captain Alexis Swallow. Color Guard member of the week is Alexis Swallow. The Starlets, Twirlers, and Color Guard are performing their feature this week to the 2014 Upbeat collaboration, Bang Bang. The Starlets are under the direction of Hillary Bricker and Michaela Knuppel. HJ Color Guard Director is Kristen Leventree. The Twirler Director is Tiffany Reddy. Band students of the week are Andrew Huggins, Jocelyn Diaz, Allie Thomas, and Chase Petty. The HJ Band is performing the opening portion of their UIL contest drill tonight, featuring a powerful opening fanfare and Peace Jubilee. And now, for the HJ Fight Song. Directors for the Big Blue Machine are Martin Trammell, Olivia Contreras, and Jonathan Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this evening's performance by your Anahuac High School Pantherettes drill team. The Pantherettes are under the direction of Julia Johnson. I present to you the 2023-2024 AHS Pantherettes. Captain, Hannah Anderson. Co-captain, Kayla Curl. Co-captain, Bernicia Jones. Junior, Kayla Cooper. Chaplain, Brenda Garcia. Dancer of the Week, Jayla Curl. Yunel Garcia, Jr. Jacqueline Cervantes, the Elite Rookie. Abby Brenneman, Rookie. Cameron Braxton, Rookie. Dahlia Carley, Rookie. Allison Jordan, Rookie. Casey Galinda Morales, Rookie. Naomi Martinez, Rookie. Juliana Kappa, Rookie. Kylie Foster, Rookie. Mackenzie Mays, Rookie. Performing a prom, jazz, hip-hop medley for your entertainment. Let's dance, ladies. Your music is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your pride of Anahuac. The band is led by drum majors Brielle Christensen, Pablo Salazar, and Braden Bogie. The band is under the direction of directors Cody Cunningham, Aaron Porter, and Morgan Contreras. March of the week is Francisco Chavez. Tonight they'll be performing a portion of their UIL show entitled From the Ashes. Drum major, you may begin your halftime performance when the band is ready.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry back here from Kyle White Stadium. We're at the half. The Panthers lead the Hawks 21-0. And Trent, it started off pretty well for the Panthers as they come out on their opening drive of the year and march down the field to put it in the end zone.
They did, and that was a great way to start off the season. I mean, it's week 2, and the Panthers have only, this is their first game, and you can tell there's a lot of what seems like nervousness and a lot of just bonehead mistakes as you'll get into the penalties here in a little bit, and we won't try to harp on them too much, but it's kind of hard not to when you have that many personal fouls. And the Panthers have really got to concentrate on fixing that, and I'm sure they got an earful in the locker room from Coach Neese on that. And we'll see what kind of the adjustments they make, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Hardin Jefferson makes too. They've gotten deep into the Panther red zone multiple times, but the defense has come up huge.
No, absolutely. And we'll start with the stats first for Hardin Jefferson. Leading rusher with 82 yards on 14 carries, Davion Levine. 1 each for Judah Wheaton with -5 yards, Wyatt Samaha with 3, Roderick Russell with 4, the quarterback Carson Laborde with -6, and Teron Young with 3. Laborde is 1 for 6, 4 yards through the air. That lone catch going to Wyatt Samaha, 4 penalties, 35 yards. Against the Hawks, 0 for 5 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down. I'm sorry, actually 0 for 2 on 4th down. They had 2 turnover on downs and an interception. As for the Panthers, leading rusher is Thomas Delo. He's got 4 carries, 54 yards. He does have a fumble. Camden Wilson, 9 carries, 39 yards. Was a bit shaken up earlier in the game. Not sure if we'll see him here in the second half. It was Darius Richardson, the freshman, 3 carries for 3 yards, and Logan Trotter does have a carry for 1 yard. That was a sneak into the end zone for a touchdown. Through the air, it is, boy, my math's off, 8 of 13 for 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those touchdowns going to Talon Cunningham, who's got 1 reception for 14 yards on that touchdown. 2 receptions for 61 yards for KJ Moore. Quandre Coates has 2 receptions for 29 yards. He did have a fumble as well. Camden Wilson also had 3 receptions for 15 yards. 4 for 6 on 3rd down for the Panthers. 1 for 1 on 4th down. They did have 13 penalties for 135 yards in penalties, recapping their drives. As we mentioned earlier, opening drive of the ball game. On 14 plays, they drove 61 yards, took 4:03 off the clock. It was Trotter with the quarterback sneak into the end zone. 2-point conversion to Quandre Coates was good. Made your score 8-0. The ensuing kickoff, the Hawks fumble. The Panthers recover. They drive 37 yards in 4 plays, take 1:05 off the clock. This time, Trotter connects with Cunningham from 14 yards out. The 2-point conversion is no good to make your score 14-0. After a couple of turnovers and a couple of punts, it just takes 58 seconds, 2 plays, and 52 yards. Trotter to Moore, 55 yards. Garza with the point after made the score 21-0, and that is where we are at as the Panthers and the Hawks take the field here for the second half. Want to thank the Crawfish Hideaway for sponsoring tonight's halftime show.
Definitely want to thank the Crawfish Hideaway for all of their support. Want to shout out to the Williams family and the West family watching from New York. Want to say that they are very proud of the Anahuac Panthers and that they are making Javion and Trevion very proud. So shout out to them, and thank y'all for watching. As to everybody else out there on YouTube, we appreciate everybody's support and watching Anahuac Sports Live.
All right, as we head to the second play, Panthers got the ball first, so they will be kicking to the Hawks here in the second half. as the Hawks will be driving left to right. It was actually 4 turnovers in the first half for the Hawks. 2 turnovers on downs, an interception, and a fumble.
A few scores, especially from your ticker down below on the bottom of your screen. Katy and Humble all tied up at 14. I think that's a little bit surprising for some, not for my broadcast partner, as he picked Humble to win this week. Silsby on top of Huffman, 13-0. Little Cypress Mauriceville trailing West Orange Stark 21-6. And Buena and Bridge City, close game there, 13-12 Bridge City. And a tight game for the Rice Bowl. East Chambers and Hampshire Fournette tied up at 7. And at halftime there in Newton, it is Newton over Woodville, 30-20. And what else do you got out there, Alex, as the kickoff is away?
Garza gets it off end to over end. Is going to come down to the 11, across the 15-20, breaks away from a defender, 25-30, gets the edge, 35-36 is probably where they're going to have it marked. Picked up some key blocks, and that is indeed where they will mark it, as that is where the Hawks will set up shop for their first possession of the second half.
We see some great returns out of this Hardin Jefferson return team here tonight. And just unable to get a rhythm going on the offensive side of the football. And when they do, it just seems like, you know, it just wrong timing for them as they get deep into the Anahuac end zone. And the Anahuac Panther defense able to come up with a couple of huge plays in the second half. We'll see how they make their adjustment here on their first possession of the second half.
Well, on the pregame show that nobody heard, we did bring up the athletes that this Hardin Jefferson Hawks team does have. And like you said, we've seen the speed on the returns, whether it was punt return, kick return, they just haven't been able to get it going. The Panther defense having a big effect tonight. Laborde, that is not Laborde under center. Levine running around left side, 45, 50, 40, 30, down the sideline, breaks the tackle, 20. And we're going to have holding as I try to figure out who the new quarterback is. I can't tell if that's 14 or 19.
Looks like
19.
Is it 19?
It is. Hunter Wallace is the quarterback in the game. And there's really not much on their roster as for what year they are or position. Anything like that. So personal foul, face mask is actually the call.
Keep on tacking on to that total. So another 15 yards. And
44 yards on the rush for Levine, puts him at 126. First and goal. I don't know if I should keep tracking.
Shout out Anthony for your generous donation. And again, all the donations going towards the West Williams families and to Gage Leith as he makes his recovery.
Handoff straight up Broadway as putting the ball on the turf. We got to see who jumped on it. And
another huge defensive play deep in the red zone for the Anahuac Panthers.
The Panthers recover on the 1 yard line as Levine was just about to punch it in.
I'm laughing because that's the third time that the Anahuac Panther defense has come up huge, deep in their own territory, and now backed up against the end zone. Got to be pretty careful here not to get the safety.
You're excited about the turnover, but deep in your own territory. So with 11:15 here in the third quarter, the Anahuac defense strikes again. Logan Trotter is going to go out of the gun. He'll be offset on each side by Dalio and Richardson. Lofts it up right side. Cunningham trying to create some separation did not get it. Ball will fall incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but the ref let it go. As on the coverage was number 18, Christian Williams.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. Newton jumping out to an even larger score. Pitch left side is going to go to Richardson, as Richardson is going to pick up seven. 4 carries, 10 yards for Darius Richardson. Quickly. It's going to be close, and they're going to give him the first down.
Richardson on the carry gets the first down for the Packers. The 11-yard line, 1st and 10.
Just enough. Moves the chains, first down. 1st down and 10 from the 11. Darius Richardson, 5 carries, 13 yards. Anahuac now 5 of 7 on 3rd down. 2 wide, Moore to the near, Cunningham to the far, 2 backs. Trotter rolls, he's going to keep it the whole time. 11, 15, 20. Dodges a defender, picks up a couple extra yards. They're going to give him the 24. That's going to be a 14-yard carry on the keeper. Move the chains, first down.
Good awareness there by Trotter. I mean, to keep that himself. He saw plenty of room here down on the near side to make a 14-yard run out of it.
Handoff right side, Richardson.
Delio, 24 on the carry.
I'm sorry, Delio.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Rushing back to the line quickly.
57 yards for Delio. Pitch left side is going to be met in the backfield. This time to Richardson. He's going to lose the 3. Will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Now Dello and Richardson going to have to carry the load here, as it looks like Wilson is definitely going to stay out this second half.
Third down and 10, 9:25 and counting here in the 3rd quarter on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. 3 wide. Trotter sets back. Sets up to Coates. Coates across the 30, across the 35, and that's going to be enough for the first down on the pickup of 11. Coates just sat down in the middle of the field. Trotter hit him, and the big-bodied Coates has enough to pick up the first down.
Well, it's amazing that they're not keying in on Coates a little bit more than what I thought they should have been, especially that linebacker core of the Hawks.
3 receptions, 40 yards for Coates. Third first down on the drive for the Panthers. Check that, 4th. First down and 10 from the 35. Inside handoff is going to break away somehow. Delo is going to get to the 40.
Turf monster.
There is a flag down. We'll have to see what it is. It's in the vicinity. Yeah, there's a flag over here by these. Offsides. So they'll accept the penalty, and that'll bring up first down and 5.
Well, that's unfortunate too, because I mean, Dillo had some room after he had run into trouble in the backfield, and just got tripped up under his own legs. We talk about that turf monster every once in a while, just popping up there, but the offsides on the defense will give him 5 yards and still the first down.
First down and 5 from the 40. 2 setbacks become 1. Pitch, Delo is going to fall forward. He's going to pick up 3. We'll bring up second down and 2. 6 carries, 60 yards for Thomas Delo.
24 going on the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 1.
Moving a lot quicker, their offense is this time around.
Check that, 2nd down and 1 as De La O is going to get to the line to achieve. Move the chains, 1st down.
At the 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st down and 10 from the 45. The Panthers methodically making their way down the field. Possession started on the 1-yard line. And 7 of 9 on 3rd down for the Panthers. They've been knocking it out of the ballpark on 3rd down. We're going to have a timeout as head coach Greg Neese didn't like the way they were set up. We'll take it with them. Anahuac leads Hardin Jefferson 21-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing, tank sales, lease, residential and commercial propane sales, and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
Alex Outram, Trin Hart, Terry Fortenberry back here from Kyle White Field on the campus of Anahuac High School, where 1st down and 10 for the Panthers from their own 45-yard line. This is going to be the 9th play of the drive here for the Panthers, as Trotter will be under center, sets back looking quick.
Got hit hard in the backfield.
Under pressure before he knew it. He had Cunningham. He just couldn't get rid of it quick enough.
28 Xander Reeves in the backfield making the big play for the Hawk defense.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped for 6:59. It is the first game of the year. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Seven seconds on the play clock. Trotter out of the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. Rolling right, looking downfield, looking for KJ Moore. Knocked away at the last second. Boy, that was some recovery speed by Cameron Monton.
Yeah, I mean, he got in there quick and got his hands on it. I thought he was going to come up with the football. Bring up 3rd down for the Panthers here.
I thought he had it until he came back up and the football bounced away. Now 3rd down and 10. They've converted 1 3rd down and 10.
Panther offensive line has got to give Trotter a little bit more time in that backfield.
Trotter sets back under heavy pressure again, throws it up, trying to get to Coates, and the ball is going to fall incomplete. Once more, just like you said, Trent, he had no time whatsoever as the ends were coming in.
Yeah, it was. They put on heavy pressure on him, and the Hawks knew what was coming there. Obviously, they were going to have to pass the football. Some dangerous passes from Trotter, just putting it up there for a jump ball, and luckily not getting intercepted on that one and on a couple of others that we've seen in the first half.
So De La O sets back to punt. May have been tipped, but it does take a Panther bounce down to the 15 where it's picked up, and he's going to fall. We'll see if they give him the 18 or the 19. Either way, Good coverage there and a good punt by Thomas DeLo.
Much better coverage there on the punt team for the Panthers, as the Hawks have had great returns, not only on the punts but on the kickoffs as well. Probably their shortest return of the night. Very impressed with the Panther defense so far tonight, Alex. Come up with some big plays and really, bearing down and coming up in big situations and shutting the Hawks offense down for the most part. We'll see if the Hawks have made any adjustments here.
Handoff goes straight up the middle. This is going to be a different running back.
Brett Willis in on the tackle.
Teron Young getting his second carry of the evening. Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Once more, Hunter Wallace taking over at quarterback for the Hawks. Out of the pistol. And we're going to have false start.
False start call against the Hawks. 5-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
Against the Hawks, so they'll lose the yardage they just picked up and make it 2nd down and 12. 5:47 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Not that we're keeping track, but 20 penalties.
I want to thank our 3rd quarter sponsor, Anahuac Florist, 810 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-3875. And you can go and visit them on AnahuacFlorist.com.
2nd down and 12. Pitch is going to go left side. Young is going to get corralled in the backfield, and he is going to come down this time. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down and 12.
So the Hawks trying to change things up in the backfield with Young now. Looking for Levine over on the sideline to see if, yeah, he's still sitting. I think he's over there on the sideline, so he's still in the ball game.
Your sight's much better than mine.
Ball's on the turf.
And that is the 3rd possession in a row with fumbles for the Hawks.
Darius Richardson comes up with it in the backfield. I think that was some miscommunication that was happening in the Hawks backfield as they were trying to hand it off, and they were just completely, the running back just did not know what was going to happen there, so the ball went straight on the turf, and the Anahuac Panthers come up with it.
6 turnovers for the Hawks this evening, as the Panther defense has been locked in on the ball. Now can the offense take advantage and punch it in again? From the 10. Pitch right. It's Richardson. Richardson getting down to the 3 after the pickup of 7.
3-yard line. 2nd down, goal to go.
2nd down and goal. Trotter under center. Richardson the lone back. Cunningham the lone wide receiver. And we're going to have a false start.
Penalty flag higher the snap. False start call against Anahuac. 5-yard penalty remains 2nd down.
15 penalties. 155 yards.
8 yards to the goal line.
We'll make it 2nd down and goal from the 8. Trotter will come over here to the sideline, get the play call from head coach Greg Neese. Seven plays on the play clock, 7 seconds on the play clock.
Wind down, he's going to have to take another
He's going to
timeout.
take the second timeout of the half. we'll take it with them. Anahuac leads Hardin Jefferson 21-0. Back after this on the Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
Coming back from the timeout, 2nd down and goal. Trotter under center, pitch left, is going to Richardson, and he's going to be met in the backfield. He's going to lose 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 10.
Surprised he's not opting for the field goal here. Oh, it is 3rd and 10. I had it wrong on my thing. So 3rd and 10.
Down and goal. Or 10, from the 10.
Whatever the case may be.
Trotter out of the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. Rolling right, looking left. Has Coates in the end zone. Touchdown from 10 yards out. Touchdown, Panthers.
And he was looking at him the whole time, even. It was definitely a great play and design for Coates there to put 6 more on the board.
On the right side, they had KJ Moore throw his hands up. He looks right, turns left, and knew exactly where he was going, had Coates wide open.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I saw Moore over there on the far side, and they thought it was going that way too. So great play there and play call by Coach Neese to get in to the end zone for the Panthers. Trotter to Coates.
Garza on the tack on the point after is up, is through and true. So with 3:13 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Panthers take advantage of a turnover. They tack on another touchdown and lead it 28-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at swankyinsurance.com. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game. Make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry, your prime time crew back here from Kyle Whitefield. As the Panthers have extended their lead 28-0. Garza has it teed up at the 40. Try to avoid a delay of game again.
I think he learned his lesson on that one. The moon comes over the visiting stands here. It looks eerily orange. Kick is away.
The ball's going to fall to the 25, across the 30-35, breaks a tackle, and is going to be caught from behind. And a dog pile ensues, and now
Oh, and there's a little scuffling going on. Not sure what the deal was.
3 plays, 10 yards, minute 33 off the clock. Trotter connected with Coates from 10 yards out. Garza added on the point after. And with 3:07 remaining here in the third quarter, Anahuac extends their lead 28-0 on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Gator Fest is coming up here pretty soon. Got the cook-off next weekend.
Are you judging again?
I am. I will be there Saturday. Following weekend, great lineup of bands. Handoff straight up Broadway is Levine got the handoff from Samaha. He's going to pick up 7.
So Levine back into the ball game now. They made another change of quarterback.
Oh, they're going with Samaha.
Yeah, and you know, from the film I saw, the only time that he was back there, it was all him taking the ball himself. See what they do here. Legal shift. Ball start.
7th penalty of the ball game for Hawks. Second down and 8. Samaha is going to keep it this time, and he is going to keep the legs churning.
I was waiting on the whistle.
And a rugby scrum broke out with a pickup of 3.
Great job there by Samaha, keeping those legs going and pushing that pile forward. Man, he is stout.
Brings up 3rd down and 5. The Hawks are 0 for 5 on 3rd down tonight. Samaha trying to draw him off sides. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. From the right hash. Levine the deep back. He gets it and is met in the backfield quickly. Breaking in, Baylor Lanferman and Caden Campbell was the first to meet him there in the backfield. Big loss on the play brings up 4th down.
Loss on the play. It'll be 4th down at 8.
Loss of 3 gives Davian Levine 135 yards on 18 carries. The offense has not left the field, but head coach Zach Bass is standing right next to a referee, so they might be calling a timeout.
And they will.
So with 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, Hardin Jefferson takes their first timeout, as we'll take a timeout with them back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, and Terry Fortenberry here from Kyle White Stadium. 39 seconds left in the second quarter, where Anahuac leads it 28-0 over Hardin Jefferson.
4th down and 8.
More yellow flying on the turf.
Ball start call against the Hawks. 5-yard penalty remains 4th down, 13 to go.
4th down and 13.
So 19 back in at quarterback this time.
Hunter Wallace. Don't know if it's going to be a pooch punt or if they're. Yep.
No.
He almost punts it straight up. It does take a hawk roll, but it's going to be about an 18-yard punt.
The Hawks at the Anahuac 41-yard line. That's where your Panthers will begin.
So the Panthers will take over.
And definitely not the intended result that Hardin was wanting on that particular play. But you call it the pooch coming from him. I thought they were going to go for it just seeing the score and us almost getting into the 4th quarter here.
So 28 seconds, as you alluded to, left here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd possession here of the 2nd half for the Panthers. Trotter will come under center. Lone setback is Richardson. Pitch, left side, breaks a tackle, 45, gets across midfield, is going to get pushed out of bounds. That's a late hit. So that was a pickup of 12 for Richardson, tack on 15. 10th penalty of the ball game for the Hawks.
And frustration starting to mount on the Hardin Jefferson side.
Check that. That's the 9th penalty for the Hawks. So that'll help with the field position for Anahuac, as the ball will be set up at the Hawks' 34-yard line, 1st down and 10. And Reese. Oh, he's pushed out of bounds. First down and 10 from the 34. Trotter under center. 2 receivers to the far side. Inside handoff's going to go to DeLeo. Breaks a tackle, cuts, spin move.
What a great move
the 20
there.
Down to the 15. Pick up a 19, move the chains, 1st down.
Great move by Thomas Dillo, and he's taking advantage of every touch he gets here tonight, approaching the century mark.
8 carries, 81 yards, and that siren lets you know it is the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We invite you to stick around for the 4th and final quarter of play. The Panthers lead the Hawks 28-0 back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. First play of the fourth quarter. Trotter, quick pass to Moore. Moore makes a move, spins out, and is going to pick up, looks like 4, brings up second down and 6. 144 yards through the air for Logan Trotter. Third catch for 65 yards for KJ Moore. Second down and 5. From the 11. Toss left side, and he's going to be met. Richardson met quickly in the backfield. Tyrus Pierce gave Richardson no time whatsoever. He's going to lose 4. 10 carries, 23 yards for Darius Richardson. Brings up third down and 10. Panthers are 7 of 11 on third down this evening. Trotter under center. 2 receivers to the near side. Pitch right. DeLo has room. Is going to get across the 10 down to the 9. But he is going to be short after the pickup of 7.
So just keep feeding him the rock. He's man on a mission. But on comes the field goal unit.
It was actually pickup of 6. So 9 carries, 87 yards for DeLo. They're going to get Garza some practice here kicking field goals. It'll be spotted at the 16. 26-yard field goal is up and good. So with 10:07 remaining here in the ballgame, the Panthers are able to tack on some more. They lead it 31-0 back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com. Want to know Anahuac's best-kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun-boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry back here from Kyle Whitefield. We're after a 26-yard field goal from Oscar Garza. The Panthers extend their lead 31-0.
And want to thank Anahuac National Bank for sponsoring the fourth quarter of tonight's football game. 801 Ross Sterling. You can call them 409-267-3106 or they're at anbank.net. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
5 plays, 25 yards, 8 up to 11 off the clock before that 26-yard field goal connection from Garza. He has it teed up at the 40. He is set to kick it off. End over end kick is going to fall to the 15. Across the 25, 30, goes to the right corner, 35, 40. And they're actually going to mark him out at the 39. That is where Hardin Jefferson will set up shop here with 10 minutes exactly remaining in the ball game.
Want to remind everybody to stick around for the post-game show. That is the Wilcox Drugstore post-game show, where we'll go over tonight's stats, scores from around the area, and we'll talk about a little bit about how the Anahuac Panthers look tonight, as well as the Hardin Jefferson Hawks, and a look at the rest of the preseason as both of these teams go into their district play.
First down and 10. They did give him the 40. From the 40. End around is going to be put on the turf. And we'll see who jumped on it.
It was number 45 who jumped on it. And that's Brett Willis.
I don't know what they're talking about.
And it is Panthers football.
Panther got up off the ground with the football, handed it to the umpire, and they were still discussing whose ball it was.
I don't know if they were discussing if he was down by contact or not, but the ball was on the turf. There was no handling of the ball. So another turnover, and it's Panther football in Hawk territory once again.
Wheaton with the fumble. 7th turnover of the ball game for the Hawks, and the numbers are going to make the Panther defense look mighty swell tonight. .957 after the 3-second drive by Hardin Jefferson. First down and 10 from the 37. 2 setbacks, handoff. Richardson straight up the gut, fighting his way forward. He's going to pick up 9. We'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
29 Martinez making the stop. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
.934 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Anahuac up 31-0 on Hardin Jefferson on your Texas Gator Fest scoreboard. Talked a little bit next weekend being the cook-off and the 5K. The 22s are playing next Friday night. Nice little local band. Also another local band playing the following Friday, the Haulers. Pitch right. Around the corners, DeLeo. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to go down at the 20 after a pickup of 8.
34 Cheshire making the stop. It is 1st and 10 from the 20 for your Panthers.
10 carries, 95 yards. Moves the chains to the red zone here of the Hawks. Get some scoring updates from around the area. Looks like it's going to be a heavy dose of the run from here on out. Trotter under center. Fakes the pitch, hands it straight up the middle to DeLeo. He's going to pick up 3. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Getting ever so closer to that century mark. 11 carries, 98 yards. Tyler Kelly checking into the ball game for Quandre Coates.
Pretty interesting. You don't see Kelly checking into the offense that often.
I got my spidey senses going once I saw him checking in. 7.5 remaining here in the ball game.
Offsides. I'll start on Anahuac. Could have swore I saw a defensive lineman jump off, but that'll back him up.
Ryder falls to Santa Fe 27-24. Hardin defeats Evidell in a nail-biter, 14-13.
It was an interesting game. It was 0-0 at halftime.
Pulled out all the fireworks in the second half. 2 deep back, 2nd down and 12. Rolling right, throwing right. Receiver got absolutely trampled, and that's going to be pass interference. And there's a flag in the backfield, so
one in the backfield.
Could have offsetting penalties coming up.
Garrett Dye checking into the offense now.
Holding call against the Panthers. Defensive holding against the Hawks. Penalties will offset. Replay.
West Orange Stark has defeated Little Cypress Mauriceville 33-6 as that game is final. 1-0 in our Anahuac Sports Live pick'em. Tascasita still leading Katy 27-14. That could be a big swing game for me this week. Second down and 12 after the offsetting penalties.
Ball's on the
put
turf.
on the turf. Trotter's able to get back on it. He's going to take a little lick for it. We'll bring up third down and 14.
And if you were wondering about what Alex and I have been talking about on the pick'ems, you can go over to our Facebook page, Anahuac Sports Live, and get in on that. Every Monday, I post the results from the previous week, and you can get in on the games that are for the coming week. So week 3 pick'ems will be out Monday afternoon. You pick the first 6 games, winner or loser, and then the 7th wild card game. Pick the winner and what you think the score will be. At the end of the year, we will award the overall winner with the choice of an Anahuac Sports Live fishing shirt or a ball cap.
Pitch goes to Dye, right side. Had a head full of steam, was able to pick up 6. Give him 7. We'll bring up fourth down. Dye's first carry of the ball game. Brings up fourth down from the 18. We'll see if they want to give Garza.
See if he's got the leg for this one. I think he does. Doesn't look like they're going to bring him on.
I don't see him in. Looks like they're just going to go for it. Fourth down and 7.
Oh.
Ball put on the turf. Richardson
picked it up.
Heads up, picks it up, and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown.
Press the replay to see what's going on there, and there is some discussion going to be happening on the field. Not sure what happened there. I'm going to see if I can go back to it. I only got like 10 seconds worth on the
Touchdown.
replay.
Yep.
And they're signaling touchdown. And it was, yeah. I didn't see anything particular, so that is a touchdown for the Panthers. I wish I'd have had a little bit more time on the replay to see how the ball got on the turf and how Richardson scooped it up, but nonetheless, 6 more points on the board as Garza comes on for the extra point. See if I can get some of these scores to update on the ticker here.
Discussing. And we are good to go. Snap back. Kick is up. Kick is no good. With 5:12 remaining here in the ball game, the Panthers strike again. Your new score, Anahuac 37, Hardin Jefferson nothing, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Back here on Anahuac Sports Live, I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, and want to remind everybody that we are still taking donations to the end of the game, and those donations will go to the 3 families that were affected in the tragic accident that happened here in Anahuac a couple of weeks ago. And our thoughts and prayers go out to those families. You can donate to Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live or $ Anahuac Sports Live on CashApp.
Garza has it teed up at the 40. gets into it. End over end kick is going to come down to about the 15, pretty much average tonight. Across the 25 is going to be taken down there at the 30. Now
And just keep on tacking it on.
we'll see if they'll make them re-kick or not. I'm gonna go with probably not.
Most likely not. But a good takeaway is that Garza definitely taking a step up in his kicking game this year. Got a lot more leg than we did see in his freshman year. Been pretty consistent with the field goals as well, but missing that last extra point.
Oop, there's been a score. Hampshire Finette has taken the lead over East Chambers 15-7.
I was wondering what the update was going on over there. Bridge City is also leading Buna 20-12. There goes another one of my picks.
Wasn't going to let me go perfect, was it? Although Katy has struck, and they are within a score of Atascocita, 21-27.
A little bit closer game in Newton, 38-32. Anxious to see how that shapes up.
Were you the only one that took Woodville?
I'm one of the few. I think our buddy Craig Irwin over there at 599 Sports changed his pick today, called me this morning.
I don't think Terry was too happy with you.
No, not too happy. Her and Bill both were a little upset for me taking Woodville over Newton. But I'm going to learn my lesson the hard way because that's the way I like to do things.
4:56 remaining here in the ball game. Now, if you're both teams, you really just want to try to get out of here healthy. Levine is going to get the corner and is going to be pushed out of bounds. Looks like at the 40. Yep, give him the 40. Seven. Pickup of 7. They marked the ball at the 42. Gives them 142 yards on 19 carries for Levine. Still Samaha, Wyatt Samaha at quarterback. He is a big kid.
He is. Well, him and Levine both not small. And we talked a little bit about it at halftime that the Hardin Jefferson Hawks have good size. And it's just a matter of them putting everything together as they look towards their district play.
2nd down and 4 under pressure. Samaha looking to throw and is going to throw it away. His first pass attempt of the evening.
Pass is incomplete. 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 3. Did not like one of the routes that his receiver took. Was coaching him up there.
A little miscommunication, I think, on where he was supposed to be.
Clock stops with 3:52. Pretty good crowd coming in from Sour Lake to watch Hardin Jefferson.
Just right up the road.
Pistol formation, handoff. Levine caught in the backfield, breaks 3-4 tackles before he's finally taken down. And it looks like they're going to give him a yard.
Gains 1 on the play. 4th and 2.
4th down and 2.
Both Levine and Samaha very hard to bring down.
0 for 7 on 3rd downs tonight for the Hawks. 0 for 2 on 4th down. Samaha going to keep it himself, is going to push forward. He's going to pick up enough. He's going to pick up 3.
The quarterback keeper gets the 1st down.
Now 1 for 1 down are the Hawks. Trying to make something happen here late to at least try to put some points on the board. Getting close to midfield. Fresh set of downs for him here.
First down and 10 from the 47. We'll tick under 2:45 remaining here in the ballgame. Samaha out of the gun, too wide to the far side. Handoff. Young is going to be taken down by Dye. He's going to get to midfield. Picks up 3. Gives him 4 carries, 12 yards. Second down and 7.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, stick around for our post-game show, and that is the Wilcox Drugstore post-game show. We'll be going over the stats from tonight's game, and we'll also be going over some of the scheduling for the Hawks and the Panthers moving forward, as well as scores from around the area.
3 wide, Samaha. Setbacks Young, and Young's going to be met in the backfield by Dye once more, and that's going to be a big loss. That's a loss of 7. And that's going to bring up third down and 14. P&G has defeated Beaumont United 45-14.
No surprise on that one.
Samaha out of the gun. Rolling to his left, under pressure, unloads. His man wasn't
Picked
looking,
off.
and KJ Moore is gonna end it with an interception.
Oh, there's no need for it. There really is not.
Unsportsmanlike conduct with 1:13 remaining.
I really don't know what to say on that one, because you have a great play and you come up with another turnover, which this defense has been able to do, play after play tonight. And then to have another unnecessary unsportsmanlike conduct penalty go against you is just not what the Anahuac Panthers need to be doing this year.
So nonetheless, doesn't take away from a nice KJ Moore interception with $1:13 remaining. Couple knees should end this ball game. 17 penalties, 175 yards.
Oof.
Good way to start the year for the Panthers. Move next week to a game versus New Waverly. First down and 10 from the 30. Pitch right.
I'm surprised they didn't take the knee. They put in the second offense, I think, on that play to get them a little time.
That went to Lanferman.
Good quickness by Lanferman to get through the hole real quickly there. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting them to run the play either, but nonetheless, first down for the Panthers as we are going close to a minute here left in the fourth quarter. Again, join us for the Wilcox Drugstore pregame or postgame show here, ladies and gentlemen. Right after we conclude the ball game, we'll be going over stats from tonight's ball game, as well as the schedule moving forward for the Anahuac Panthers and the Hardin Jefferson Hawks as they look towards to get into their district play, and what to expect from both teams as they get into that. And we'll be going over also scores from around the area and updating you on all of that. Waiting to see some of these scores to update on your ticker down at the bottom of the screen.
Boy, this game got closer than we thought it was going to be. Manville holds on to defeat Westbrook 27-24. So first down and 10 after the 12-yard rush from Lanferman. Clock's running with 55 seconds remaining. Takes a knee. And that should be the last play of the ball game. And that will be. Both teams will be lining up as the Anahuac Panthers open the season on a good note, defeating the Hardin Jefferson Hawks 37-0. Anahuac moves to 1-0 on the season. Hardin Jefferson drops to 0-2 after their loss here tonight, as we'll turn it up here for the fans with 10 seconds remaining.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be back here in about 2 minutes for the Wilcox Drugstore post-game show. Be sure to stick around for that. And thank you for joining us here tonight. We'll see you here in a couple minutes on the post-game show right here on Anahuac Sports Live. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corp., the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill in Anahuac, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood, Julia Luna Real Estate, K-Max Services, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Service Corp., the 2023 Texas Gator Fest, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill in Anahuac, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services LLC, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Hannah Cody Realtor, Jerry's Seafood, Julia Luna Real Estate, K-Max Services, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Turan Lawn Care, Swanky Insurance Agency, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry back here from Kyle White's Day Field. As we have gone final, the Anahuac Panthers pick up their first win of the season against Hardin Jefferson, 37-0. And Trent, it really started with the first drive of the year as Anahuac drove down, scored a touchdown, and put up a 2-point conversion.
Right. I mean, they started off right, and they definitely came in here on a mission tonight to try and get this first win under their belt to keep moving forward and trying to, you know, like we talked about in the pregame show that nobody heard, that the Anahuac Panthers are trying to take that next step, trying to get to that pass that area around and just take a step forward as a program. But the Panthers overall, there was some really good things, Alex, and there's some really bad things. And we'll talk about that here in a minute after you get done with some of the stats.
Yeah, and, this is something that head coach Neese talked about was being rusty, right? They got one scrimmage in. They haven't played the last couple of weeks due to different circumstances. And, you come in against a team who's had 2 scrimmages, who's already played a game, and they came out and really shut them down. Created 8 turnovers on the evening, and we've talked about it for years at this point. Bend but don't break.
Right.
Deep in the red zone, they had deep in the red zone. At least 3 turnovers between fumbles and the interception, and the defense who took some big losses from last year.
Right.
You've got Robert Bailey, and you've got other guys who aren't here this year that were big pieces of the defense. Likewise on the offense, it's not easy to lose a 4-year starter in Landon Corbett.
Right. Yeah, him and, with the leadership of Kai Till that they lost, and also, not to mention Javion West, and again, our thoughts and prayers go to him. Was an all-district defensive back for the Anahuac Panthers. But if there was a bright side to tonight, the brightest side tonight was the Anahuac Panther defense. They showed up tonight and really shut down the Hawks in all aspects of the game. They contained the run fairly well. If there was one thing that I could say that they could do better is a little bit more form tackling. That will come with a little bit more experience as they get further down the road into their schedule. But pass coverage was really good. They came up deep in their own territory a few times, and you said 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers was a big difference maker in this football game, and it made up for all of the penalty yards that you'll go over here in just a second.
No, but KJ Moore and Garrett Dye, Brooks Henneke, names that we kept repeating. Quandre Coates was a key to that first interception. So just a really good job on the defensive side of the football tonight. Going over those stats first for Hardin Jefferson. Leading rusher in the ball game actually was from the Hawks, Davion Levine. 20 rushes, 143 yards. Wheaton had a couple of rushes for -2 yards. No, I'm sorry, that would have been -7 yards. Samaha Wyatt with Wyatt Samaha, 3 carries, 9 yards. Roderick Russell, a carry for 4 yards. Carson Laborde, a carry for -6 yards. And Teron Young, 5 rushes for 5 yards. 1 for 6 through the air for Carson Laborde for 4 yards tonight. Wyatt Samaha did attempt to pass. It was incomplete, and he was on the receiving end of the lone catch. 9 penalties for 70 yards. 0 for 8 on 3rd down. 1 for 3 on 4th down for Hardin Jefferson. As for the Panthers, leading rusher in tonight's ball game for the Panthers was Thomas Dalio, as he had 11 carries for 98 yards. Darius Richardson had 12 carries for 49 yards. He also had a touchdown. Camden Wilson had 9 carries, 39 yards, all in the first half. He did not return to the ball game after he was shaken up. 3 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown for Trotter. 1 carry for Dye for 7 yards, and 1 carry for Lanferman for 12 yards. Through the air, 12 of 20 for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns for Logan Trotter. On the receiving end, Talon Cunningham had 14 yards on his reception, 50 yards on 4 receptions for Quandre Coates, touchdown for Cunningham, a touchdown for Coates on his 4 receptions, a touchdown for KJ Moore on his 3 receptions for 65 yards and 3 receptions for Camden Wilson. 17 penalties, 175 yards against the Panthers. They went 7 of 12 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down, and they come out tonight with the victory, 37-0.
Well, a good effort. But, some things that the Anahuac Panthers have got to work on. Number one is the penalties, obviously. It was at 175 yards in penalties, is what you said, which is just not going to win you football games.
It's not
sustainable. It's not going to win you regular season football games. It's definitely not going to win you playoff football games. And the other thing that the Panthers have got to work on too, and what we saw Hardin Jefferson do really well on the returns, is their kickoff coverage. The special teams has got to do a little bit better job of containing some of those returns on those kickoffs to not give teams such great field position. And last, from the takeaway that I get on the offensive side of the ball, is the offensive line. They've got to get Trotter more time to pass the football. The numbers for him were pretty good tonight. He spread the ball around to his weapons, but we saw at times where he got under pressure, and just kind of threw the ball up in the air just for somebody to come down with, and he was lucky not to get picked off a few times. But the bright sides, the defense looked great. We already talked about that. The passing over the middle to Coates and utilizing him and Cunningham to their advantage, and they ran the ball pretty well between their committee of running backs. I think for the three, they combined for just maybe right at 200 yards, maybe a little bit over that, but not bad for the Panthers coming out in their first game of the year.
No. Talking about that defensive effort, I think what some other teams are going to be able to see on the film is containing the edge.
Right.
They were stout up the middle, but whether it was special teams or whether it was on the defensive side of the ball, once they broke contain and got out to the edges, that's where a majority of Levine's yards were coming from.
Yeah, it did.
They weren't coming from straight up the middle. So something that the coaches will have to work on this week, containing all 37-0. A win is a win, and you're never going to want to complain about that.
Right, and they're going to take it. They're going to take what they learned today, and go into this next week as they will be facing the new Waverly Bulldogs. We'll be traveling up north on 45 next week. Be sure to join us for that. As we look ahead in the Anahuac Panthers schedule, the Panthers, of course, as I just mentioned, got New Waverly next week, San Augustine at home, and then right into district where they got Hardin at home for their first district meeting. So let's talk about this district for a little bit. It's kind of been turned up on its head. Orangefield has lost quite a few players. Kirbyville, we don't really know a whole lot about. It seems like that they've kind of struggled and they're in a rebuilding phase. East Chambers, it's still a question mark there. They lost their star quarterback. Buna, I'm anticipating Buna to be a contender this year, Alex. Their junior running back, I think he was a sophomore last year, is definitely going to get better. He was already good last year. And Tarkington, you don't know what you're going to get out of Tarkington either. It's kind of like they're more in their rebuilding phase. So it'll be interesting to see how this district shapes up.
Yeah, it's up in the air. There's a reason that Anahuac was ranked 13th coming into this season. This is a winnable district. It's been bi-district champions. It's been tri-district champions for the Panthers. They have the weapons. Are they able to utilize them is going to be the question. It is going to be wide open. Those games against Orangefield, the games against Buna, even though East Chambers is still looking for where their next playmakers are at, it's always a tough game against Anahuac. You can always throw the record books out there. So it's going to be a wide open district and should be a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of East Chambers, that's who the Hardin Jefferson Hawks will be facing next week. They're in Winnie. Then they've got Diboll, and then they've got Jasper and West Orange Stark. That is a stacked district. So good luck to the Hardin Jefferson Hawks as they move forward, and hopefully that they can get better week in and week out and to make it a little bit more competitive. I'm sure that Coach Zach Bass is definitely going to be looking to get on the winning side of things here in the next couple of weeks.
No, absolutely. Looking at some of the scores from around the area. Woodville did score again with 55 seconds left in the game, but the 2-point conversion was no good. Newton still hanging on 44-39 in a high-scoring affair in that particular ball game.
See if I can refresh some of mine here.
I was going to say not. We talked about P&G defeating Beaumont United. Tascasita has gone up on Katy 35-21 with 8:17 remaining in that ball game.
As you mentioned, Hardin edges Evadale 14-13. Liberty falls to Tomball 24-23. There was a tie one there. Trying to scroll through some of these quick. Galena Park North Shore destroys the Spring Lions 53-0. Vider falling to Santa Fe 27-24. That's a surprise for me. West Orange Stark, of course, beating LCM 33-6.
Baytown Sterling defeating Brazoswood 28-23.
You already got the P&G score. 3:34. Did you already mention that Humble game? I didn't hear you say it. But 3:34 in the fourth quarter left as Katy is trailing Humble at Tascasita 42-34. Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, Katy is replacing a lot of skill players this year, and Tascasita is too, but Tascasita had a couple of star junior players who were coming back, and those seniors are going to make a difference. Atascocita looking to get over the hump this year. They've lost to North Shore. I believe it was North Shore in back-to-back years to miss out on regionals. So Atascocita looking to get over the hump, and they are knocking off a big opponent, or right now leading one of the best opponents in the state.
Well, I don't think you said this one yet, but Lumberton, rough start. Falling to Houston St. Thomas Eagles 35-20. That is kind of a huge surprise and jumps out off the screen. Cleveland, which is Tarkington Longhorns, they're currently beating the Shepherd Pirates 30-14. Also a game that's surprising to me a little bit there. Was expecting Shepherd to be a little bit better this year. 7 minutes left to go in the Rice Bowl, 30-14 as Hampshire Finette leads
Starting to pull away there.
that one.
Wow, still 12 minutes left in the Buna.
Yeah, it must be another penalty-ridden game over there in Buna. Cold Spring Oakhurst, there's 4.5 minutes left in that fourth quarter. They're leading Splendora 22-14. And it looks like probably some of these have probably gone final by now. It's just having trouble getting updated. But that will do it here for us here in Anahuac for week 2 of Texas high school football, as the Anahuac Panthers have started off their year on a good note, winning over the Hardin Jefferson Hawks. Alex?
We invite you to tune in next Friday night from New Waverly, as we will be on the road heading 45 north to make sure we get the game on the air for you that evening. As you said, Anahuac starts 1-0. As I'm Alex Outram speaking on behalf of my broadcast partner Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry behind the camera, making sure you get all the video tonight. As we remind you of your final score once more, Anahuac defeats Hardin Jefferson 37-0. Have a great week and catch you next Friday, everybody.